Hey, Shalom Yeshua, I want to start off source by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Hashem, Rakakwadash, that belongs to the apostles of GMS and all these two brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. This is a quick one on basically the fact that the Lord is the one who controls the issues of life and death. And I've got a couple videos and one article to go through as well to help explain it. So I'll let this one play. It's 23 seconds long. Right, so if you see that kid there, bam, gets hit, but look at the tire. Look at the tire. Just misses her, not only from the front but from the back. Just walks off. Oh shit, I'm gonna be late for school. Bam. Right, you watch that. No shit there, bam. She's just trying to cross the road. Right now, that angel. Made because you watch it, man. Look, bam, there, right there. You see that? If her head was to the towards the tire, her head would have got splattered. If her body was anywhere nearer, that tire there would have got her. This tire there would have got her, right, and crushed her. But look, goes straight through her. Bam, she stands up. Why? Because it wasn't her time, right? Everything there was inch perfect. Like I said, you saw the front tire could have crushed her, or the second tire on the right could have crushed her. But the Lord had it whereby had them angels make everything happen in the exact possible position for that to happen, and you get this one also, right? Let me pull that shit back. Right, you see two friends, bam, she pushes her, bam, you see that? Bam. And she pushes her friend as a joke, literally misses the rear tire. Right? Like I said, this is just examples of video evidence that it's the Lord that controls the issues of life and death. And in fact, I wanted to pull this back to the end, right? But then you get issues like this, right? This is a bouncy castle that killed girl not adequately anchored, right? So this happened, I think, in it's at court now, but I believe this happened in 2016. Right, so basically what happened is the girl was in a bouncy castle. It went 50 foot in the air, and then went 300 meters down the hill, got blown, and she was the only individual in that. Right, she was the only individual in that bouncy castle, and it said it was windy, right, but it didn't look like it was windy enough to blow a thing away. Right, so just a gust of wind came out of nowhere, i.e. them angels got the command, blew on that, right, carried it and rolled it all the way down the hill for 300 meters, man. That's the kind of shit you read and you're like, yo, shit, man. The Lord ain't to be played with, right? This is Job 4:7. We always bring this out, right? It says, I remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off, right? So basically, if anyone's, being put to death, it's because the Lord sanctioned that thing to happen, right? Nothing happens on earth that isn't sanctioned by the Most High. And I've got some scriptures to go into that as well, right? So when you see tragic stories like this, quote unquote tragic stories like this, right, you're like, oh man, yeah, it might be deep, but you gotta, that this is a freak accident. You've got to say, yo, man, that was probably some, a reincarnation of someone wicked, and that's just the truth, right? When you see things like that happen, right, now play that again. Right, I'll play that again. Look at that, bam. Inch perfect. Look how close her arm was to the wheel. The Lord was like, nah, you ain't going just yet. Hey, Lord may have a different kind of judgment for this kid. You never know. Right, even with this one, you see just how close. Bam. You see that? In fact, she actually hits the side of the back wheel from what it looks like. Right? So when you then see that, you're going to be like, look, man, the Lord did that. Right, this is 1 Samuel 2:6. It says, Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. Right? I mean, there is no... that's as blunt as it can be. Right? It says, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. This is Deuteronomy 32:39. It says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. Right? I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right? So the Lord kills and he makes alive. Right? And, you know, if it's your lot to die, then there's nothing you can do about it. The Lord has sanctioned that thing. It says Baruch 6:36 says, they can save no man from death, neither deliver the weak from the mighty. Yes, so if your time has reached, you know, you can't outlive how long you want to live. And the example is that as well as was this film The Knowing. You had the woman, she tries to outlive her time. She's like, no, she not, you know, she basically tried to outrun prophecy, right? But in trying to outrun prophecy, because the prophecy said she was going to die at this time on this date, and she tried to outrun the prophecy, and in trying to outrun it, she died at this time on that date, right? So basically, if the Lord has said, look, man, this person's time is up, you know, at this precise microsecond, nanosecond, right? That's when you gonna go. Right? This is Wisdom 16:13. It says, for thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again. And I know that ain't talking about no pit burning under the ground, right? You know, once again reiterating the point that it's the Lord that has power over life and death. And much again the same here. It says Sirach 11:14 says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come off the Lord, right? So yeah, with that, just wanted to touch on that real quick. Like I said, you've got video evidence, man, of the power of the Lord here. Video evidence, right? That kid could have easily been crushed, but the Lord's like, nah, for another day. You know, I'll save it for the missiles or something. Alright, so Lord's will you edified with that. I'll say shalom.